Hi.
Hi, Christine. Thank you for accepting this invitation. So,
Yeah,
how about we start? Give me a little story about how this Meet group start and how successful it's becoming. So, what?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I started it'll be 8 years in March, well, March 2015. I was working corporate at the time, and I always had that entrepreneurial spirit, and I felt really trapped in my day-to-day corporate life. I worked in commercial insurance, so downtown, right downtown Toronto, and I was stuck in my cubicle. Like I just felt trapped in my little cubicle, and the office politics and all that. And I never was really friends with people that I worked with, and I knew that there was something better out there for me. So I just decided to start posting online these meetups for women, just women, because I wanted to create a safe space for us to connect. I went to co-ed events like to network, but I never really, I didn't like love them. So, and I just, there's something about us women coming together and talking and having that safe space to share our deepest, thoughts, I guess. And the most interesting things come up in these meetings. Not only is it just personal life, it's what we do as well. And I really emphasize on the relationships. Like I'm all about relationships, and not coming in with a sales pitch or anything like that. Because most of us are entrepreneurs in the group, but every single one of us really appreciate the fact that we actually spend the time to get to know one another. And you only do that through networking, right?
Yes.
So I started 8 years ago almost, and I did 2 to 3 meetups a week for 2 years, which is a lot of my time. And I was juggling my full-time job and this side thing, and doing it all for free too. Like I wasn't charging anything. Did it for free for 7 years. And I just recently got a business coach to help me take it to launch my membership, because this is the first time I started a business, and there's just so much that you need to know to start one. And so I couldn't do it alone. And I really just didn't have much confidence either, like in myself, that I could do this. And even though all the women were like, Christine, you can do this time, like, don't keep doing this for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something about us, we guess ourselves about the potential that we have, and everybody sees so much stuff in ourselves, and then you doubt yourself, do I have what it takes?
Yeah, and it's scary too. I still get scared. It's that feeling in your stomach that makes you uncomfortable, very much like when you go to a networking event. Like you get that, this the unknown. And it's up and down too as an entrepreneur. And as the time goes by, I appreciate even more these meetups and these networking events, because as an entrepreneur, it can be very lonely, because it's so different from corporate, where you're just told what to do every day, all day, exactly A, B, C, follow this. But as an entrepreneur, you're the one making the decisions, which is a beautiful thing. It's like the best thing about being an entrepreneur, but also the scariest thing.
So you just start doing like a membership. So
yeah.
And you still working in corporate, or you already 100% entrepreneur?
In the 8 years, I got married, and I have 2 baby boys. They're 3 and 5 now. And this year's the first year they're both in school. So I have more time, but that's what made me quit corporate, was not just to become an entrepreneur, but for my kids, because it didn't make any sense for me to go back and pay for them to be in daycare. Like the money just didn't make sense. So I was like, all right, well, this is my time. I'm going to be at home with them, and I'm going to start really building my plan, like my escape plan. And I did it. And I did reach that point where it was like, okay, do I go back, or do I just do this? Like, you got to take the plunge, right?
Yeah.
So that was 2 years ago.
Okay.
2-3 years ago.
But then 2021 and
Yeah.
2022. So you got like, oh my goodness, I'm ready to go, but then I'm stuck. What was the transition?
Yeah, it just honestly came down to money. It was not I did quit the corporate world without any plan at all. Like, I was just like, I'm gonna be home with my kids. So it just reached a point where, eventually my bank account is like not looking so good. So it's like, all right, like better start doing something now and fast. And so I just decided to launch this membership, and it's been amazing. It's been
The
super.
response is good. It's been good.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
I'm at 115 members now.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Because I just attend once and totally loved the feeling, the atmosphere, like gonna try so many of those meetings for networking. But
Yeah.
I tried, I think, at the beginning of this year, because also I am an entrepreneur, and then you have to kind of connect to let people, I'm here, because how you do it.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't like it really. And then I said one day, the day that I went to once with you, I said, feels so homey, so relaxed. I really like it. I really like it.
Thank you. Yeah, that's often when I just actually did an in-person one yesterday, and I get asked more questions when people come to the in-person event, because it's really outside of our comfort zones. Like, I feel like it's a little easier on the virtual space, but so they'll come in and say like, okay, so they want me to tell them, they want to know like, how's this gonna go? What's the structure? And my answer to that is meet as many people as you can in this room. Like, this is your time to network and make new connections. And that's it. And I'm very easygoing. It's just like, go with the flow. And it was a really good time. It was actually, since the pandemic, things have changed in terms of the in-person events, and just the vibe overall too, right? Like, we all have a lot of fear, especially with mask, no mask, like how cool, do I hug, do I not hug, like oh my gosh. But it's getting so much better. Like, yesterday was the first time where I'm like, this is starting to feel normal again, which is nice.
And of course, it's gonna be people that will be scared, but those people were scared before, so just got a little one grade a little more like paranoid. But can you point what was your biggest challenge when you entered to the entrepreneur career?
Yeah, I think still today is balancing mompreneur.
Oh, nice. That's a different word. I'm gonna try it up. Mompreneur.
Yeah, being a mompreneur of two really young kids. Like, they're in school right now, but as soon as I go and pick them up at it's 2:30, it's like both my husband and I like work from home. My husband works the 9 to 5, and he's totally happy working 9 to 5, but he works from home too. And it's like, when the kids get home, it's like we get no work done. Like, there's just, they come home from school, they're hungry, and then it's like, okay, now it's make dinner. Then after dinner, we eat dinner. It's wind them down for going to bed. And when they go to bed, it's great. It's like, okay, catch up time.
that's
Yeah.
So you can say that was the biggest challenge for you, not like starting a new job, like a new career and everything, because it's different levels. Some people feel like, okay, if they are offer a service, because you belong to that kind of role, like you offer a service, and then you have the ones that have a product. So how you in your area, how you feel like it's easier to give a service, or?
In terms of like a business sense, it was definitely, I couldn't do it on my own. I got a business coach to help me get myself on the ground, to start getting the money coming in. Like, I just wasn't confident enough, but it's now it's okay. It's been a few months since I launched the membership, and you develop a system that works for you. Every business is different, and like I'm just repeating what I'm doing every single month. It's a successful formula that works for me. It involves a lot of testing, and oh my goodness, still today, it's like learning new things all the time about systems. There's so many different things you can buy, subscriptions that you can get that'll help your business. And you're like, you'll try one for like a month and you realize, all right, this one's just not doing anything for me, but you just want to give it a try, right? It's creating a funnel, right? They call it a funnel. So I created that like all on my own. Like I did it. Like, yes, I had a coach, but they help you, right? They hold your hand. You do the work.
Yeah, it's interesting because there are people they're like entrepreneur, like they don't really fit like any. If you go to work, you get excited at the beginning in that role because it's new, but then right away you say, I need to do more.
Yeah, it's interesting. Along the way, just learn new things, right? Always learning new things, but some things always stay the same, and consistency is definitely the key. And I always had that, and that's why I think that's why it wasn't as much of a harsh transition for me to move from corporate to being an entrepreneur, because I was already doing the entrepreneur part. I wasn't earning any money, but I was still doing all the things and being really consistent with it. And I'm very passionate about doing these things. Like, I just enjoy it and love it, because I wouldn't do that for free for 7 years if I didn't love doing it. So it feels good that I can actually, support my family doing something that I actually love. Yeah.
So doing this meetup, networking meetup, do you encounter some difficult people or a situation that you feel like
Yeah, sure. There's just a lot of misunderstandings sometimes. Just meeting so many different people. Like, say in the virtual space, like the virtual networking events, there could be conflict between two people, and say a breakout room or something happened, and I'll hear about it afterwards. And so it's resolving those things quickly, not letting them fester or snowball. And I'm a very open book type person, so some people don't like that, but if they don't like it, it's okay. And that's something I've kind of realized over this time, is not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody's going to be attracted to your vibe, but the people that are will stay. Yeah. So it's interesting. And that's the thing about networking too, is meeting new people all the time. And there's all types of different people and personalities, and learning about the different personalities too, and starting to be able to recognize, like, okay, like there's more analytical, there's more like extrovert, there's more introvert. And I think also the pandemic too has really thrown such a just change in people's how they're feeling, maybe feeling stressed. And sometimes when you're feeling stressed, you'll do something maybe you normally wouldn't do, or say something that wasn't the nicest thing. And these things happen.
Of course. And do you think that people are more friendly when they are in person, or you think it's a big difference in how they behave online in like a Zoom?
Yeah.
You have the reference from yesterday, you can see it.
Yeah. Well, I do know that there's a strong preference between, like, either you like virtual or you like in person. And I definitely get more people who want to come in person. Like, the more people are interested in coming in person. but then I still have a very good attendance with the virtual networking. And there's just, personally, I love the virtual. You don't have to worry about parking, the traffic, the whole like getting ready and getting dressed and like everything, it's a lot more work, but it is more rewarding when you go in person and you're driving home. It's like so nice.
Yeah, I find it that way. Like this pandemic put us in a situation that everything has to be inside the house. So it's like you don't separate like a time for work, time for relaxing, time for family, and that mess with your head.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. I know. I hear that a lot, that we're just on Zoom for literally everything. And during the pandemic, it was like weddings, it was funerals, it was like literally every single birthday parties, baby showers. Like I went to my first in-person baby shower a couple weeks ago. It was so much fun. Like I forgot how much fun a baby shower is, with the women, we're all laughing with the games and stuff. Yeah.
And like I said, these people, they wanted to keep doing the safety stuff, but I think we are humans and humans want to be close.
Connected. Yeah. I really believe in connection and helping women in that way. And also with the membership, I help with promoting the businesses that the women have in the group. So I have a Facebook group with 8,000 members in it. And with the membership, you can post in there every week and even go live in there and share your expertise. And it's really so cool to see. To see the ladies going on there live and sharing information that they have. Yeah, it's really great.
Any plans for in the future, like in 5 years, how you see yourself doing?
Yeah, doing the same thing. The membership is my number one thing. And I really have a big vision for the membership. Like it is, like you said earlier, it's only been a few months, right? And sometimes I get ahead of myself and I'm like, okay, just look at the big picture, like the big picture, right? And it's only been a few months. So, and it's going really, really well. So I couldn't be happier with that. And later down the road, though, maybe I would like to start doing some one-on-one coaching. With my success, the more that this membership builds us up, and I want to be able to use that to help someone else, say, start their own membership or start their own community or bring networking into our organization.
Sometimes we so much information outside that you sometimes feel like, okay, but how can I start, or should I try this or this? And then you get tired and then you just say, okay, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, and I could just be like, all right, like everything that I did, everything that I'm using, here you go. Like I'm going to share that all with you.
This is already proved that it's working.
Proven. Yeah, my proven success formula. And in the near future, like soon, I want to start doing master classes to help basically share information that I've learned along the way in terms of social media, and focused around helping the women promote themselves within the Facebook group that I have. So giving tips and tricks and things that they can do to help them with the sales and getting new clients into their business.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
I'm happy because also you project that confidence that make us feel more relaxed. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, thank you. Thank you. That's so nice.
Yeah, it is true, because you could be very, very have a bunch of title, like a certification and titles and everything, but your personality sometimes is in your way to pass that. So it's kind of neat to see that.
Thank you so much. You're so sweet.
Thank you. So you want to add something more to kind of?
Maybe the biggest lesson that I've learned over the past few months, is it as an entrepreneur, it's very much can be a roller coaster, right? Ups and downs, and when you get into the downs, and that's what I've come to realize over the past few months, is when you get in the downs, it's recognizing, okay, like this is not going to last forever. It's a cycle, right? It's a cycle, and it's not always going to be good. It's not always, it can be bad too. One thing can throw you off. Just sticking to consistency. Consistency is key, and having your system in place, knowing exactly what it is that works, and keep doing the things that work. And stay on track that way. And having a coach has really helped me with staying on track as well. Like, anytime that doubt creeps into my mind, it's being able to speak to someone who's already done what I've done and running it by them. And is this right? Like,
That's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
And can you, just for closing, I like to ask you for some quote or thought that you like to kind of bring in your mind sometimes, that you feel like I need a little motivation, like a mantra or something.
Yeah, my favorite quote is, and I actually want to write a book, and I wish I could use this quote as the title, is "Your network is your net worth." I truly believe that, because 7-8 years ago, when I started this community, it was all because of the network that I had built, and it took a long time. So don't underestimate the power of networking. Like, I know a lot of us, we'll go to one networking event and say like, oh my goodness, like, do I have to do this again? Like, and they all look so different from each other. You can go to one, it was really amazing. You go to the next one, it's different people, and it's just different vibe, right? And I always say, just try to connect with one person, at least just one person. Don't set the bar too high for yourself and say like, I connect with anybody, right? Anybody in the room. So it's just keep consistently building your network and going to networking events, and you'll start seeing the financial benefits to that. You'll be finding new clients, getting more sales, and maybe in my case, 8 years ago, the motivation to become, because I know a lot of us are thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, and so we start coming to the networking events, and I think that's a really great thing to do as well.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah.
So I think you gave a lot of information. So
thank you.
So that's good. And so thank you again for accepting this invitation, because for me it's also a little kind of, I was doing it last year a lot, and then this one is very, then you stop in summer, and then I was getting like the same stuff, like
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like to connect with people. So I think
I get that, like, especially when I do my in-person events, there's just, just with my kids, if they're not feeling well or something, it's a lot to go to something in person. And this is a lot of unknown, which can create a lot of anxiety. And I guess a lot of us feel that way too when we go into a networking event, but then you come out feeling so amazing. Like, you might go in there feeling like you had the worst day or something, but then you start talking to people, and especially like-minded women, right? And it's just so incredibly life-changing. It can totally change your life.
Yes. Yeah, it is true.
Yeah.
So thank you, Christine. Really, I really love talking with you, and we'll see you soon maybe in another networking event.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Christine.
All
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.